Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
It looks like a pink nightmare.
Christmas as a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log.
It's Father's Day.
All that I have, all that I've done, everything I feel, all this and more, I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the Lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Hello all, and welcome to another episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show once believed to be a form of capital punishment for those who thought midichlorians was a good idea. I'm Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
And with us, as always, at the helm, trying to manage our dead air time, is the man formerly known as Kaiser Soze, Tito.
Hello. Hey, Tito.
Tonight, we continue to quest our way through magic realms, wizards, warriors, creatures, and movies whose video covers made them look even far more glamorous than they actually were. This is Fantasy February, created by the fans, for our fans. Tonight, we'll be talking creepy old men with Nosferatu fingernails, Cyclopses, giant spiders, and a woman trapped in a giant eyeball for like half the movie. I am, of course, referring to the adventurous, always a good time, fantasy classic Krull. Not to be confused with Kull, the Conqueror, which so many people
I'm
seem
guilty
to do.
of that.
Yeah, a lot of people are. You're not the only one. But first, we have our appetizers to start off this fantasy feast. And I am turning things over
My boss says he can eat 50 eggs, he can eat 50 eggs.
to Brian because he's got something to say about the wonderful appetizers before us.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Brian.
Mjolnir, lightsabers, Judge Dredd's lawgiver, Excalibur, Gandalf's staff, Freddy Krueger's glove, the holy hand grenade of Antioch. These are just a few of cinema's most famous weapons. And in light of tonight's episode, where Mark just mentioned, we're going to take a look at the movie Krull, which features its own unique weapon called the glaive. So we geeky dads want to take this chance to take a look at some of our favorite cinematic weapons.
Nice.
Derek, do you want to start?
I will, and thankfully, none of mine are those the big ones. Those are very popular.
I tried to go a little obscure, too, by throwing in the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
You know, you'd probably think that I would go with like a batarang,
Yeah.
or a Batmanville, type of weapon, but no. Mine it's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to go with the sword that Blade uses. His
Ooh,
pig
nice.
sticker, as
Is that
they
what
call
Whistler called it?
No. Who's the one from
Oh,
Gotham?
Donald Loge.
Donald Loge.
Yeah, Donald Loge's
Yeah.
character. Yeah.
I forget his name.
Before his hand blows up.
But yeah, I got his pig sticker. I like it. I mean, it's, silver, slashes through and turns them to dust. And it, it's got its own little built-in security system where it only recognizes Blade's hand. And his like cool little, he actually has something similar to the glaive in that in the first movie.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a
But yeah.
blade. He throws it and it comes back.
That was the other one I was gonna go with, but he really doesn't use it much. So I gotta go with the sword.
Good choice.
That's a good one.
That's a good choice.
That was one of my maybes.
Yeah.
And a good movie. And
Yes.
a good movie, yeah. Tito?
Yeah, so I cheated a little bit, kind of, sort of, not really. I've actually never seen this movie, but I played the games a lot, and I love this weapon. It's the Dagger of Time from Prince of Persia.
Oh, okay, cool.
The Sands of Time, which they didn't make into a movie. I never saw the movie.
They did.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's basically the game, but this dagger allows you to stop time, slow it down, or move backwards through time, and you can also kill things with it. And I absolutely love the games, and I loved the idea of being able to do all those things. And then anyone who possesses it, any time that is changed, you still remember what it used to be before you changed it. Everybody else forgets but you, so you're always outside of time while you're wielding this weapon. And can do any number of things, like jumping forward, going backwards, stopping it altogether, or slowing it down. So,
And they put it in the hands of Jake Gyllenhaal.
yeah, they gave it to Jake.
Big mistake.
I never saw the movie. Sometimes I think about watching it just because I love the game so much.
Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. It's probably grand, and they probably do some cool effect stuff with it.
It's not bad. It's not bad for what it is.
I'm going to go with a weapon that a bad guy uses. I'm going with the spear from Phantasm.
Nice.
This weapon is, I was thinking about this for a while, and I absolutely love what this thing does. It, for those who don't know, though, it's a spear that flies around, produces a blade that sticks into your forehead, and then drills a hole in your forehead, and then sticks a tube in there where it sucks out all the blood, and the blood jets out onto the floor like a fucking pea stream, and then inserts the yellow stuff that turns you into a little Jawa. Basically, a little dwarf, which, they look like Jawas, but Don Coscarelli swears he came up with it first. Anyway, that's my weapon of choice.
Nice.
I
had a feeling you were going to go with that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I got a root for the bad guys. I mean, there were a lot. The Kurgan's sword was pretty close.
Yeah.
The Gathering. I thought
There
it
was so many swords to choose.
Yeah,
from.
but
That's a
I
good sword.
figured, swords.
I almost went with the dagger thing from the Shadow.
Oh, Pumbaa, the knife.
Oh, it's
Pumbaa.
alive. Yeah,
I love that
that
knife.
dancing dagger.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. We got to do that movie sometime.
That dagger's a prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. Like bites your thumb when you're trying to use it. Totally.
An
Totally.
asshole.
Weapon's a prick.
Nice.
What about you, Bri?
Yeah, I'm going with. Thank you. I'm in stereo. 3GD now in stereo.
You owe me a Coke. I already got it.
I'm going with a weapon that's wielded by a bad guy. It's a sphere. And no, actually it is. I'm going with the Death Star. Because
Wow, you're thinking big.
well, what's cooler than a moon-sized weapon you could live in?
Nothing.
Go any place in the galaxy, and it also carries enough firepower to destroy an entire planet.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a small design flaw, but it is the ultimate power in the universe, and I suggest we use it.
It's no moon. It's a space station.
That's right.
It does have a weak spot, though.
It does. That's what I said.
The
It's got a small
Phantasm
design
Spear
flaw.
Doesn't have a weak spot. Luke couldn't take out the Phantasm Spear.
No.
I don't care how many fucking womp rats he's blasting.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. It wasn't his whole training
Luke
thing.
also, yeah,
A flying
exactly.
spear?
The remote.
Yeah, and zapped him in the butt.
Exactly.
He was blind though at the
Yep.
time.
Well, he was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
How can I can't see. How can I fight?
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
No, believe me, I don't. Good choice. That was
Good
a really
choices
good
all
I like
around,
that. Good
boys.
choices all around. Great appetizer section.
Yeah.
And really good intro.
I like it.
You're going to be doing this.
Weapons are cool.
Weapons are cool.
Yeah, weapons are fun. I guess
Except
like
for
five
one.
or six.
One's a prick.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that guy. You don't. He's like not a nice. That's not a nice guy.
It's not a nice weapon.
He's really not. He's got sharp teeth. He's not a nice guy.
Now I want to talk about the Shadow. The hell with Krull.
I mean, there's definitely some fantasy involved in that film.
It sure
we
is.
could have done that. We should go back. I know we did we did
one on
Pulp
like
Hero,
Paul, yeah,
but
yeah.
I'd like to go back and
We can revisit Pulp Heroes
revisit
down
like
the line.
some of the like
There's
check
still
out Flash Gordon,
So
check
much we
out-
didn't cover.
yeah, the Shadow. Maybe even watch the Phantom because that's just a riot to
Oh
watch.
boy,
Yeah.
Billiam Zane.
we gotta need some more
Spirit.
nitrous.
The spirit,
Spirit.
the spirit is all eye candy with nothing else.
No.
It's really beautiful
bad.
to look at.
Who,
And
who's the
Samuel-
actor that played him?
Gabriel Mott.
Who is he?
He was in a show that
He
was
makes me
on
fine
USA.
applesauce.
What the hell was he on? He was on a show for like TBS or USA. It was called Suits,
He was in. Suits.
Oh, okay.
I remember that show.
and he was in. Was that the guy?
I think that was on USA, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
USA, and I don't know him from anything else.
I think it's on HBO Max now too.
It sure is.
They have it on.
What,
right?
Suits?
Suits. Yeah.
The best thing about that is the father from the Wonder Years is the commissioner.
He was in The Spirit.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we.
All right, Tito's cut off.
Yeah. You ever see Recruit with
Oh, the
Al
recruit with Al
in-
Pacino.
He's the other.
The other recruit.
No, all right. so
Yeah,
he's
he's
still
one of the
working.
other recruits.
That's a good flick.
Yeah.
What else
that's
is
a
I
fun
never
movie.
saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Outlaws. That like.
With the western.
Oh, speak of the devil.
He's in 90210.
Why am I drawing a blank on this actor?
Probably the new one, right?
Yeah, the newer 90210. Colin Farrell,
Didn't like
Ali
that
Larder,
one.
Scott Conn. Remember that cowboy movie that they made?
No.
Where they're
Neither does anybody else. There was that. And there was another one with Dawson, James Vanderbeek, Texas. I think that was Texas Rangers.
Friday Night Lights. That took
No.
place in Texas.
No, that's Varsity Blues that he was in.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights had Connie Connie something, Connie Britton, and
Yeah.
I forget who the.
Yeah, the
No
guy,
idea.
the guy that's in a lot of stuff, but nobody knows his name.
Yeah,
That's like half.
he's
the
always someone's father.
Character
Yeah.
actors
Yeah.
on Law and Order, man.
Is he in Brightburn?
He
Is he
was
the father
in
in Brightburn?
Super 8, wasn't he?
The father in Brightburn, Roy from The Office.
Oh no, okay, he looks like him a little
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're thinking of Super 8.
Super 8,
He was in Super 8.
bit. Yeah,
The TV show. Oh, Kyle Chandler.
Kyle Chandler.
There you go.
That's
Oh,
him.
okay.
that's why we pay Tito the big bucks.
Yeah, let me have a look. See.
That's,
Oh yeah, from the Godzilla movies, right? Did somebody already?
Yeah.
mention
Well,
Godzilla?
yes, he's
Okay.
the father of.
Yeah.
He's quite
11.
dashing.
Yeah.
He's
11's
dashing.
father.
He has to put
Yeah.
up with that creepy like mom lady who's creepy and awful and everything.
The one I don't like.
The one you don't like. Well, that doesn't matter. You don't like a lot of people, but I think I know what you're talking about. Flamingo.
Flamingo.
Yeah. Him, her, whatever.
Vieira.
Anyway, let's talk some Krull.
Yeah.
Let's
All
talk
right.
some
So, and
Krull.
now on to our main course. Once upon a time, not so long ago, Johnny used to work on the docks. Union's been on strike. He's down on his. Oh, sorry. That's come on, show me.
Krull is in New Jersey.
If only. Living on a crawl. No, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. Once upon a time, there lived a lovely princess named Lissa or Liza. Lissa.
I think
I
it's
think
Lissa.
it's
It's Lissa.
Is it
Lissa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her name's Lissa, who was kidnapped by.
That's Lissa with a Z.
That's Liza.
I know.
Lisa, you're tearing me apart, Lissa.
and a little heart over the eye.
I think it's like Liza.
Liza.
That sounds more magical than Liza.
Lissa doesn't sound very magical.
It doesn't
right?
at all. Not even a little bit.
Well, she's lovely. She is lovely. So we're going to go with lovely Lissa. If I'm saying it wrong, folks at home, I apologize, but get over it.
She's on the main stage.
Lisa.
Lovely Lissa.
A lovely princess named, pick your fucking name, was kidnapped by an evil beast, creatively titled The Beast. The Beast. Her brave prince named Colwyn sets off to rescue her from the giant monster that kidnapped her. And why do I feel like I just summed up the plot for every Super Mario game? Anyhow, Prince Luigi. You know I can't resist. Why do you do that? Ow. Anyhow, Prince Colwyn Robinson, couldn't resist, sorry, gathered a band of merry men, an old guy, a young boy, and a comic relief shapeshifter and young Liam Neeson to save the fair princess trapped in what looks to be the ear canal of the beast.
Yeah, and a young Robbie Coltrane too.
Yep.
And there was young Haggard there, less hair,
Yeah.
less hairy, and a little thinner. Had more of a
Yeah.
build to him, right?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. He looked Mexican.
I think this is one of his earliest.
He did
films.
look a little
he did
Mexican.
look
Yeah.
he looked. He had the. Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
He had a good tan.
He did.
Nothing wrong with that.
This is a movie that Dan Bacon was supposed to join us for. Unfortunately, he ended up not being able to make it tonight. We are going to get his thoughts on this movie when we do have him on next, which will be relatively soon. He'll be able to chime in.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll have him call next week or something.
Yep. Feel better, Dan.
Yeah.
I will open the floor and say I do like this movie. I enjoy this movie a lot. I was nice revisiting it, and it was a lot of fun to see. A lot of the spectacle still holds up well for me, and there's some silly parts to it, of course, but there's also a lot of creepy parts that I really dug. And with the Beast and all the imagery of that, it was pretty surreal, and I actually dug that. Out of the fantasy films we've watched so far, I think this is my favorite one. I really liked this one.
Even over Legend.
That's tough. Kind
See,
of.
I don't
in
think
a
I can.
sense.
I don't think I can put Krull over Legend.
It was goofier to me though. It
Oh,
was
it
a
was
little more
goofier.
fun to watch than Legend because, like we said with Legend, beautiful to look at, but all over the place plot wise. So there's parts I'm scratching my head. Krull has parts I'm scratching my head with also, but I just had fun watching it from start to finish. So maybe that's why it's been what you know. Or maybe I just put Legend in a different category than like the Beastmaster or some of these other, like Ice Pirates and some of these other more 80s fantasy stuff. That could be it too. But that's where I'm going with that. Brian?
Yeah, I like this movie. I remember this movie from a long, long time ago. I remember really liking the coin-operated video game too that went along with it. Do you
Really?
guys remember those?
No.
Oh.
Well, you remember coin-operated video games.
I think so.
Yes, I do. Yes.
I remember Krull was a really cool one. It obviously tied in with the movie, and I think I played the game before I saw the movie. The movie I got to see not in the theater. I watched it on HBO, or I liked it. I liked it a lot. I don't know if it, like Beastmaster, held up as well for me though. I think
Really? Other way around, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, so you think Beastmaster held up?
No, I mean like Beastmaster,
okay.
it's the same. Like in my head, I remember it being a lot better, and now as I'm revisiting it, I thought the effects were really on the cheesy side. Yeah, like the fire mares and I don't know, even the Cyclops makeup.
Yeah,
I thought was a little
I
odd.
thought that was still cool. Given with what the time was,
Comparing, like they filmed in the same studio that Legend did.
Yeah.
And when I think of like what they did with Legend as far as creating a forest, and what we had in Krull as far as creating like a desolate forest, it just that looked like a set where Legend did not. I mean, you could tell that Krull was all filmed on sets, where Legend was filmed inside, but it looked like you were outside. You could not tell. Yeah, I liked it. I liked the story. I thought it was cool. I liked the monster, the beast. If I had to grade it, I would give it a solid B-.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Derek.
I liked it. It's I find it a little bit more entertaining and more fantasy-like than Legend. I know you guys were huge fans of Legend. I definitely found this to be more fitting for fantasy. I like the fact that it was like they keep meeting people and like they have a little coterie by the end of all these people that have joined in on their quest. I dig that. That to me like is what fantasy's all about. Is like
Yeah, it's very D&D.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it makes me think.
They had their adventuring
They
party.
got a criminal. They got a prince. They got all these.
Yeah, you get your Cyclops, and I didn't really. I too did not really dig the look of the Cyclops, but I mean, for the time, I guess it was.
I guess.
You see what we have to work with.
You're looking at a 40-year-old movie now.
Yeah,
sure.
Like, I agree as far as the special effect, like the fire mares and like the sets, even in the set in the beginning, like the big invasion.
Yeah, the castle set.
Yeah, it was kind of like
plasterish.
Yeah.
It
very much
just looked
set.
fake.
Yeah, I agree. But other than that, I mean, it was okay. I did start nodding off a few times, and I don't know if it was because it wasn't really that late. So maybe it was that there were some boring parts, but overall, I mean, it was fun. I like the quest.
I'm almost starting to think that maybe. Like, I'm glad we talked about it. I'm glad we did it because it needed to be talked about. But I feel like Legend is above everything. Like, I don't think I could compare Legend.
So you're saying that we should take Legend out and
well,
put that in a class
I mean,
by itself
yeah,
and not compare?
it's just it's something special in and of itself because it's not your typical fantasy quest in a sense that. It is. It is, but it isn't. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but there's so much.
I think what Legend had going for it. Well, Legend had a pedigree. I mean, you had Ridley Scott directing. You had had an A-list director with a ton of money. Backed by a studio that was behind the whole project.
Yeah.
And every dollar showed on screen.
But some of the others we've done so far are very obviously more low key.
Yeah.
Probably more. I know Legend is considered a cult film by many, but it's definitely got more
Notoriety.
Thank you. That's the word. Than say a Beastmaster or even a Krull.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I were to so I don't know. It's just like on a different plane. So maybe it's not so much. For me, liking it better than Legend, it's just if I were to do a string of Beastmaster-esque films or Krull films,
it's on a different
that would
plane.
reign on the top.
It's on a different plane, but there are so many similarities between this movie and Legend.
Yeah.
You've got the Beast and you've got Darkness. They're two larger-than-life creature bad guys that basically don't do a whole hell of a lot, but stand around and pose and threaten. And then you've got like your cast of characters that are off to save a princess, that are in the clutches of the bad guy in his castle. It's almost the same plot, when you look at it. But I don't know. I enjoy Legend more. Not to say that this wasn't a fun movie, but I just remember it. Again, I'm probably looking at it through nostalgic eyes.
Nah, it's all subjective stuff. It's all point.
No, I'm just saying. I remember it being better than what we had seen last week.
Right.
Yeah, when I had seen it years and years and years ago. Because
I like the characters from this one better, but I like the big bad better in Legend.
Yes.
Really?
If they
See,
had taken,
I like the characters.
if it was
better
Tim
than
Curry in this as Darkness, and that's who they were
Trying to
going
fight?
off to try to fight,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But like I think the Beast was a little stagnant. Like
Yeah, he did
that-
nothing but stand.
Yeah, and I mean even the makeup. like,
Yeah.
We have that giant head.
he's
You
just
can't,
a
you
prop.
can't do a lot.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
There's not even a guy in there.
No,
Exactly.
it was
It's an
a big
animatronic
animatronic
monster.
thing. Yeah.
Who did not look as cool as
Exactly.
on the cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
you-
can totally see
And
that.
I feel like all the the coterie, if you want to call it, in Legend was really just him and then a bunch of like things in makeup. Like it was all with the exception maybe of the fairies and the and the
And the
kid,
Gump
the
and-
guy.
yeah.
I mean, I remember Darkness and Blix more than anything else
Yeah.
in that movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough call. I mean, not so much a tough call, but it's just one of those things where, yeah, they're similar maybe in story, but just in quality and the way they're filmed and the attack that both like two directors go at it. One goes in your traditional low budget route, or not even low budget, but more
Medium budget.
simple
Yeah.
storytelling. And then you got Ridley Scott, an A-list director who takes a simple plot and goes more surreal with it in many aspects.
Cuts it up 12 different
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Me too.
But anyway,
What about you, Tito?
Yeah, what
I
did
will
you
say
think?
Where
both
does it
are good
stand for
movies.
you?
I mean, of the three, just really quickly to go back to that, you can see like a progression of like Legend is designed to be a movie you go to a theater to see. When you look at it visually, it just has this great look to it. Where like Krull is just a little bit below that, and Beastmaster could very well have gone straight to a television station.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, maybe people saw that in theaters. I don't know. I didn't.
I didn't.
Krull is exactly how I remembered it. I didn't. There was like not with Beastmaster. There were so many things. I was like, Jesus Christ, this was in this. This was this. Oh.
Was that a positive?
They're
thing or a
hurting all
negative
these
thing?
animals. I think. I don't know.
I really think that ferret died.
ferret's gonna come back.
But I do love, being a fantasy fan. I love that the idea of the picking up people on your way to do this big thing. The villain isn't that great. I think the best effect in this movie is when they kill Slayers.
yes.
The coolest.
Oh,
part
yeah.
is when the fucking monster comes out of the
Yeah,
head and
whatever's in their
into the
brains.
ground.
Into
I
the
guess.
ground.
I guess it just was like gives up and goes home.
Goes
And
back.
It's like,
From
yeah.
whence it came.
Yeah, runs home to
And
mama.
it makes that great sound, which I swear is taken from the Nazi werewolves in An American Werewolf.
Yeah,
in
I think
London.
you're right.
I did
Sounds
read
exactly
it comes from something. It's a soundbite they took from a film.
I think it
like
might
an
be
older
that.
probably
film.
is.
Oh, yeah.
Something in like the 40s, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, like 40s or 50s. It was a
Huh.
sound that the director really liked and he incorporated it.
So I wonder if American Werewolf in London
Could be.
did the same.
It's like the Wilhelm,
Yeah.
It's been recycled over and over from the 40s.
Maybe because they both of those sound so much alike, like dead on.
It's a fun movie though. I think it's it holds up for me from what I remember to seeing it now. Again, this is probably in the Beastmaster category for me. It's like a third tier film. If I was going to see a fantasy movie, Krull's not the one that I'm like if I'm in the mood for. But to watch it, if it's on television, you're watching it with people, you're watching it with someone who's never seen it. That's always a huge appeal for me. You've never seen it, let's see it.
There's a lot of that between us.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's always the most fun. And yeah, I thought all the actors were great in this film. The weapon, it's got this great weapon.
Yep, the glaive.
I like the costumes. I thought they were really fun and kind of edgy, rock and rollish. And the
80s style.
yeah,
rock
it's
and
very
roll.
like rock and let's throw some rock and roll on it. Sprinkle a little rock and roll in there. And they're definitely trying to do it with this like fancy like kind of leather,
Yeah.
kind of knot pants.
pleather.
There's like it's very it's silly, but fun. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
So, trying to think of where to start. What's a good starting point?
I don't know. Do you want to you want to kind of go over
If
what
you
the
wanna
story
go
is, or
over-
Can I really quickly?
Sure.
The,
Yeah,
go ahead.
absolutely. Bring it on.
So the scream of
Yeah.
the Slayers was taken from the Mahar shrieks in At the Earth's Core from 1976. Actually, it's
Oh wow!
At the Earth's Core. So
Really?
I don't know what the
I think that's
Mahar
a
shrieks is,
Peter
but-
Cushing movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
At
Done.
the Earth's core.
I think so.
Interesting.
Tito, you gonna look that up?
He's on
He's
it.
already
He's
on
already
that
on
page.
it.
Down below.
Peter Cushing, 1976.
And Troy McClure. No, Doug McClure.
Yeah, you may remember. Yeah, Caroline
Help.
Monroe.
It's Doug
When's the
McClure, isn't
Anthony
it?
Werner. It is. It's
Yeah.
Doug McClure.
Yeah.
And he
look
plays
at
a
you,
doctor
man.
that drills. I think it's the sound of whatever.
Mystery Science Theater did this one.
Excellent. I didn't see this one.
It's one of the newer ones that they did on Netflix about 5 years ago.
That's
and
why.
it finds a
Yeah.
civilization in,
Yeah,
in the center of the
it's really
earth.
worth a watch. It's funny,
All right, cool.
especially when they riff on it. But it's a decent movie on
Is
its
it,
own.
is it a movie that survives on its own?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah, yeah.
Peter Cushing.
Nice.
He was a terrible
I'm
actor.
so surprised. No, no, yeah.
Are you you want to launch us off with the
The plot.
yeah, like
Well, it's all.
yeah, it's
let's
a
all-
basic plot. So
Yeah, there's not much. I mean, Colwyn is going to
Favorite
get married.
moments?
Alyssa gives him the eternal flame or whatever.
That was kind of
yeah,
weird.
is that, yeah.
Yeah, it's Colwyn,
passing
not,
the
not
fire.
Colwyn, by the way. I
Oh,
was
is
pronouncing
it?
it all wrong. So thank you for correcting
They
me.
take a flame out of water, don't they?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's cool.
yeah, this is my love.
Yeah,
I'm-
they're happy.
I'm on fire for you.
There's no
Like
no
Blanche.
There's no TV. There's nothing you can do there. There's no Netflix. You got to do something for fun. You take fire out of water fire.
The flame from my loins.
So yeah, you basically got your kind of Disney moment here with Waterfire. These two people are very much in love, a prince and a princess.
Yep.
Classic storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, the woman's not out to ruin the whole kingdom by touching a unicorn or everything. She's just there in love. And she's taken by the beast.
Yeah, stolen away on
Stolen
her
They're
wedding
both,
day.
they're both like grounded characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing the right. They're doing the right thing for the right reasons. but
They're more noble.
they are actually in love
That's right,
with
because
each
it's
other.
two
Yeah.
warring
Houses.
warring houses,
Yeah,
and
yeah. And
both
they-
alike
they're
in
to re-
dignity and fair Verona, what we like.
There we go. So they're there to unite the land.
Yep.
And then
The land of
the
Krull.
alarms sound,
And
and they have a big invasion by would-be stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I love those things.
Shooting lasers.
Those things are
Yeah.
so cool to look at, though.
And well, and the helmets, like I think we mentioned it on the Beastmaster episode when we were talking about Beastmaster. The movie poster, or the cover of that video, the creatures that are behind him, the enemies, they look like the ones from this. It's like they meant to use it for one movie, and they were like, no, we'll go with something else. Yeah, we'll use this for something else.
They got delivered to the wrong set. And they said, what the hell? We got nothing else to work with.
Wardrobe.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll give them back when we're done.
I guess
Krull.
we'll just dress our guys in black leather.
So yeah, no, there's an invasion. There's a war going on. It's a good fight scene. It's a good battle scene, sure. And
It's like when the gimp suits got delivered to Joe, was it
yeah,
Joe's
Average
gym?
Joe's.
Average Joe's gym.
Average shows, yeah.
I guess we're wearing this tonight.
I'll tell you what. After the invasion, like bodies are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
seen like a battle
Yeah.
like in a sci-fi or fantasy movie where like
It had
just
so much
there's-
carnage
yeah.
left over.
Every extra that they had on set was just like, get on the floor. And then there's a horse in there.
Just hanging
That's
out.
right. Yeah.
oh yeah,
The
but
fake
it was-
horse.
There was a fake
Fake
horse.
horse.
Was it though?
Because
I thought we decided. Yeah, I thought we saw it move.
It was just really still.
I
So-
think they cut and bring the actual
They brought
horse
the real
in.
one.
They, yeah.
Get on the horse.
Yeah, because that first shot, like
Yeah.
he stayed in the same position with his heel bent, like he.
in a real weird way. Yeah,
They, I mean, they stay on that shot for a long
Yeah.
time. We
Yeah.
had plenty of time to investigate and watch for that horse to move, and it, rigor mortis kicked in because that thing did not move.
It was two guys under a blanket.
And he's just like in the middle of the castle. Like there's a horse in the hospital. Like, and who, I
It's
don't.
a fake horse.
I didn't understand who the guy was that came in though. Like what was he? The guy that came in with that horse. He like came in after everything had happened
I don't remember.
Ern?
and
Is
like
that his
filled them in on.
Oh, Captain Exposition?
Yes, absolutely, because that's what it was. It was totally what it was.
He was the old guy that kind of sent him off on his way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he like the cat? Like the custodian who was out for a smoke, and he comes in and
Yeah, he's here to clean up all the dead
look
bodies.
at this mess.
Yeah, he's the one that knows that they're on their way, so he's trying to get to the castle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he gets there just after, so he can, and he knows what they need to save the day.
Definitely Captain
Yeah.
We
Exposition.
need the glaive. We need the glaive.
Speaking of old guys, it was very cool to see Freddie Jones.
It
in
was.
this movie too. I like
Yeah.
Freddie Jones.
From Hammer's
Hammer.
Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed.
Yep, Hammer films and what am I thinking of him? He's a Elephant Man. David Lynch's Elephant Man.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
been in that. He's been in got a really weird ass part in Lost Highway.
Yeah,
Not Lost Highway, Wild at Heart. Like
Yeah.
he's a
he's a
really
well-established British actor.
Is this the
Awesome
guy
actor.
that played the shapeshifter?
No,
No.
No,
He's Captain Exposition.
Captain Exposition.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that guy.
Freddie Jones, and he does. He's the one. He's the Kenobi.
So
He
he-
enlists
he's
him
the
on his
hammer.
quest.
He's the hammer bartender.
Yeah. He's the one that ended up with the widow in the web at the end.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that
yeah.
thing was that was awesome. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, that was a really cool scene.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
webs were great.
Yeah.
The spider was cool.
I didn't really understand the entrance and exit points
know.
of that web, though.
It's a little
You had
convoluted.
to crawl. You had to crawl along it.
Crawl.
Crawl.
Crawl
You had to
along
crawl
it.
along. You had
Yes.
to crawl along. That's why the movie's called Crawl. Crawl. Crawl along the web, and you get to the old lady. And
We couldn't eat anything but crawlers.
Crawl-a-la.
Yeah, so the quest begins, and it's the usual round up the motley crew of people.
But first, does he take him to get the glaive first before he meets any
He does.
Yeah, the
people?
glaive.
Up that
Oh,
big,
yeah,
up
of
that big
course.
hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they has to go into that cave in the side of the mountain and dig the glaive out of the lava thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The orange-colored water.
It was Tang.
Yeah, that's another
was
one.
delicious.
That's what, like that Beastmaster boomerang thing, where it's like you don't see it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see him throw it, and
Yeah.
not just like control it with his mind, like throw it and catch it, and then throw it in at something else, like Cap Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what I want to see.
Yeah,
But
a little
he's just
a little
not doing
training
it.
montage with it, right?
And it's easy enough to
even
do.
something like that would
you
have been
film
cool.
him throwing it, and then you play that
it
backwards.
backwards.
You know?
Have Freddie Jones teach him how to use it. You know,
Yeah, or something.
give him more to do.
In a
besides
field
just-
full of like dummies made of straw. And
Just use all the dead guys that were like left over on the. Freddy's propping them up. All
Just
right, throw
string
it. You know, one right after the other. Man, they're
Well, it's
dead.
very
They
like
care.
don't use it. You'll
Yeah.
know when to use it.
Yeah. That
It'll all make sense to you at
exactly.
some
that,
point.
That's
After I'm dead.
That's a big similarity between this movie and Beastmaster. Is They
Yeah.
have these weird throwing weapons and they hardly use them.
Yep.
But they're all about like the marketing the movie around this weapon.
yeah,
Right. So they want to save it.
I know it's front and center on the cover image.
Fun fact: the
Yeah.
thing that we've been calling the boomerang from
From
the Beastmaster
Beastmaster?
is called a caber.
Caber.
Yep.
Is it a real thing?
Caber. I don't think so.
Caber.
Caber. Yeah, I actually found this in on Facebook. There's the glaive, then there's the caber, and another similar weapon is Xena Warrior Princess's disc throwing
yeah.
thing.
Oh, the frisbee
and
with
that's
the
called
hole in the middle.
the chakram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because a caber in the Highland games.
Yes, it's like a telephone pole.
Yeah, it's a the caber toss. Yeah.
Yeah.
The creeper from Jeepers Creepers had a mini one made out of flesh and teeth and everything too, and claws. That's in Jeepers Creepers too. He stops the bus. He's running along.
Oh, that's right.
And he's got these little throwing stars, and
And he
they're very
gets the
much
tires
in the
with
same
them.
shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he uses them more than either Krull or his name's not Krull. It's Colwyn, but Beastmaster he uses them more than both Colwyn or Dar.
Coleman.
Colwyn.
Colwyn.
Is it Colwyn or Colwyn?
Oh,
I said
Colwyn.
Colwyn.
I would call him Colwyn.
You
I thought you were
said
saying
Colin.
the Jeepers Creepers was named.
No,
Col-
he's just the
Scott.
creep. He's a creep.
Scott Creeper.
Scott Creeper.
Scott Creeper.
Bill Creeper. Bill Creeper.
I'll be eating you.
Scott Harrison Creeper.
See you
That's
in
his full
30
name.
years
The third.
without Victor Salva because he got into some trouble.
Yeah.
He sure did.
He's a
It's
bad
too
guy.
Those are good movies too. I like those. But anyway, nothing to do with Krull. If he were in Krull, it would be cool. So yeah. So he gets the killer star.
The creeper was
the
in
creeper.
Krull. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool. You're not wrong.
In lieu of the Cyclops, or
You know, he
either-
plays
he'd be a
sad
bad
very well. Like with
Cyclops?
that thing attached to his head, the eye. It's so emotionless that it works with the fact that he's just a sad character, knows when he's gonna die.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh. And then I read that like,
That's
he
a
legit
great
could
plot,
not
by the
see.
way.
Oh, I'm
His
sure.
eyes are covered.
Yeah.
So when they're in the swamp, the entire cast spent the days filming, trying to keep him from falling into the swamp because he couldn't see where he was going. That's acting. That's
the swamp that looked like
That's
the bog of
dedication.
eternal stench.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dedication. It's like,
I like that too about how like how he knew like obviously they made that up for this. It's not like a trope with Cyclops,
classic
but
Cyclops
knowing
lore.
what when you're gonna die.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that too. The idea
Yeah.
of that is, I just think it should have played out different.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, I'm going to stay here and die.
Yeah.
But he should already know that he's not going to stay there. he's gonna die by getting crushed by a door,
Yeah.
right? Right? They're like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna stay here and die, and they're like, okay, because that's what he saw. But that's
Which was
can't
kind of
be what
a,
he saw.
It was kind of a silly way for him to go to.
Yeah.
now that
Crushed
I
by
do
a door.
Think about it. Yeah.
Oh, you have to hold it open.
Yeah.
I
Hold
guess
door.
so.
Hold the door. Yeah. Or the Cyclops.
But he's got 2 eyes. He's a Bicyclops.
Cyclops. Just a really
Yeah, that
sympathetic
mythology has
doorstop.
never been.
Yeah.
And yeah, when
No,
it
and I
comes to
like
the
that.
Cyclops,
that
I
was
do-
that was a
I
cool.
do enjoy that.
Yeah, that was a cool idea.
It was a fun little plot thing.
You don't see too many Cyclopses in movies, though.
No, I mean,
No.
and probably
You really
'cause
don't.
Probably because it's like a very unpractical. If you're gonna go practical makeup, it's not easy.
Like, other than this movie, I think the only real one that comes to mind, I think, is Jason and the Argonauts.
And
Where that Harryhausen one.
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the
And
Titans.
Clash of the... Oh, maybe
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
No, did that have a Cyclops?
No, there's no Cyclops in Clash of the
No,
Titans.
it's Jason and the Argonauts.
Not the.
No,
not the
I'm
old-
talking
not
about the remake.
Not the George. Oh, okay.
Right?
The remake there.
Yeah,
okay.
one of them had it. I don't know if it was Clash or Wrath, but one of those two,
Oh, okay.
Liam Neeson.
All right.
Liam Neeson,
Hey.
big fan of Cyclops.
He loves
apparently.
Cyclops. Yeah. In Taken 7, he's going to be a Cyclops.
He's gonna take someone's eye. That's how he's gonna kill someone.
I have a particular set of skills.
He's going to take that box of tricks that he wanted in
Yeah.
Ted 2.
He's gonna rip a guy's eye out and say, "I bet you didn't see that coming."
That's pretty good.
Thank
That's
you.
a good
Thank
impression,
you.
Derek. I
Thank
like
you.
that. So yeah, we talk about the Cyclops who kind of assists but stays in the shadows for now, and you do meet the merry men, if you will, the crew of people with Robbie Coltrane and well, you also meet. Do you meet the boy? And this is where I veer.
Oh, that's
the
right.
boy and the old man.
That's after.
They come after.
That's after.
Right?
That's
Okay.
after. 'cause
Yeah.
they need
which
to-
They all go to see. I think they're the last to join the
Which
party.
Beastmaster also has is like the John Amos and the
Yeah,
kid.
and the little
yeah,
boy.
Yeah, child endangerment was not a thing that you could
Not
you
back
could-
in the 80s.
No, and in other worlds you could.
That
take-
kid had a 16-hour shooting schedule.
Well, again, this is a different world. No TV.
There was no
video
tutor on set.
games.
Yeah.
The kids had to do something. Come
Only
on,
adults
come on
ate
a
everything at
life-threatening
craft
quest.
services.
Up until that
I've got a
point,
Pop-Tart.
he's just like the house kid for a blind wizard.
Yeah.
That's
I don't-
right.
yeah, that's what
That's
he's done.
right.
He was born somewhere, and then they were like, "Here you go."
And oh, that's right. And because
somebody gave birth to him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember the wizard, and because he gets taken over by the.
Oh, this is the part that Derek woke up before.
I did. I woke up in the middle. Yeah.
The Slayer takes him over.
Slayer takes him over.
Well, they get they find the criminals, and they're like, "You want to join us? We're gonna go to this thing." And the guy's like, "Well, how are you gonna find the castle? It moves every day."
Yes.
And he's like, "Well, I got a guy. I got a guy." And they go find the guy. They go find the blind wizard with the little kid who
Yeah.
gets around.
Hanging
and it's
out,
like-
a blind old man hanging out with a little kid.
It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, because it's like I don't have the key, but I've got a map of I've got a picture of the key. we're gonna go to this guy, and he's gonna tell us.
Oh, and then Ergo comes out. Yeah, he actually comes before any of these guys.
Ergo is
The one that can turn into
shapeshifter.
animals.
Yeah, he can
But
turn
can also
into-
like
Oh, I
shoot
forgot about
himself
him.
like a missile.
Yeah, and apparently
Yeah.
never,
Appears
never,
like a missile.
never thinks to turn into a threatening animal.
No.
He turns into dogs.
He's not very
Becomes a
good.
tiger at the end.
Was he? Did he turn into a
Yeah.
tiger? An
he
actual
did.
tiger?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
he
took him a
did.
long
yeah.
time to get there, but he got there.
He saw Titans and said, "Oh, I can do that."
I know. I tell you what, I don't like on Titans that Beast Boy doesn't ever transform into anything other than a friggin' tiger.
But he's learning, though.
Well,
he's
learning
learning.
to do
you
He'll
better
get
learn
there.
quick
He'll
because
get
I'm getting
there.
sick and tired
He
of it.
becomes something in season 3.
I haven't
Spoiled.
finished
Yeah, you're
it
not
yet.
there.
I'm almost there. I bet you in season 4 we're
I
going
think
to
in
see.
two he's a
it's a
snake at one
platypus.
point. Isn't he a snake in
He
season
becomes
2?
a platypus.
Was there? Was
He's
he
a glaive in season 2. He becomes a glaive.
And Raven knows when to use him.
2 glaives.
Whoa now.
Yeah. Oh, I said it.
which is past tense of to bluff.
2, yeah, it's a 2 glaive.
To
You
glaive.
guys are playing cards and he cheated.
Glavin. That's all I can think of. Well, that would require a rebigulator. Yeah. So, well, whatever. So he does figure out to transform into a tiger at the end, but up until that point, it's cats and chickens and farm animals and not once
Geese.
does
It's like
he
a little
think
dog
to,
to be friends
you
with.
He
know,
becomes
Okay.
quite beloved by the kid.
could again in the swamp. He could have become an alligator or a crocodile. I don't know why so many people hate crocodiles. Apparently,
I guess if you were going to pick anybody to befriend the kid, it's probably best him. Because if one of the criminals had, it would have been like, oh, this is a little weird.
Yeah, Robbie Coltrane couldn't not,
If they hit
not
it
with that
off,
mustache. No,
the guy with the spike collar and the kid hit it off, you're like, oh, this is weird. But like Goofy,
What about Liam
Ergo.
Neeson? He was cozy and
No, he had like 12 wives. He didn't have time for that kid.
No, he did.
He didn't have time for his own kids.
Yeah, he did.
Like us. That's why we're all here on a Wednesday night.
That's what we do. That's how we cope.
Liam Neeson,
Liam Neeson,
of podcasters.
Liam-
Whatever his character is. Axe guy. I love that axe weapon.
Yeah,
They
that
both
was
have
cool.
the axe. I love their, and I like that each character has like
A specialty.
cool weapon.
There's net guy. There's a guy whose special thing is
right.
nets.
Net guy.
What a terrible. Of course he dies early. But they were like the guys with the whips and the guys with the bow.
I
and
would be
arrow.
better suited if I was on the beach.
I legit, yeah, right. I legit was like looking them up, but they're like they each have a special weapon. This guy has nets.
Well,
So I
he
was
got
like,
to
oh.
the so
That's
clearly
terrible.
there was a barrel of weapons that somebody dropped off to him, and he got there late. And he got the bottom of the barrel. All the others are scrambling. Coltrane's pushing everybody out of the way. Out of my way! I'm getting that good weapon.
He's like Slipknot from the original Suicide Squad. He's like the first guy.
yeah, yep.
A net.
Nets
Before he dies.
nets are never really cool though. I'm trying to think of a movie where a net is cool or used in a cool way.
A net.
Beach blanket bingo.
I was just about to say it.
I saw Derek look over at me like,
I've been waiting my whole life for this.
She's the
moment.
bee's
welcome.
knees.
You're welcome.
Muscle Beach. Yeah, Muscle-
Dude, there, Merry fucking Christmas. I don't have to get you. Finally got to do that. You never have that opportunity.
oh my god.
But
America's sweetheart.
but a net. I'm trying to think where someone has ever produced a net as a weapon and someone said, holy shit, that was a badass scene.
Some type of fishy movie.
Do you remember in the old Spider-Man TV show of the 70s?
Yeah.
when Spider-Man
he
would
shot
shoot the
rope.
webs
Shoot
and
a
it
web
would look like a
and
white
straight up
net.
rope.
But what happened was they would cut to a close up of the criminal, and it was clear somebody just tossed a net
On the
off
guy.
stage.
Yeah.
It's not a cool thing to have, and I can't think of anything. I remember Ninja Turtles cereal came out. Ninja Turtle cereal came out, and the marshmallows were the weapons. You know, the swords and the staff and everything. And it's
called a bow.
The Chex Mix.
The Chex Mix
The rice
part,
Chex were
they
nets.
called nets, and I said, "What? Not once did the Ninja Turtles ever use a fucking net? That wasn't a staple weapon."
I feel like nets as a weapon would be like very easy to get out of.
Yeah.
Like it's way easier than they
They
pretend
make it
that
look
it's
like
not.
on TV.
They're like quicksand. I feel like in movies they were
Oh, you know what?
made a bigger problem
Yeah.
than they were. That's the millennium.
yeah.
I was thinking of one, and I was like, "What is it from?" Predator 2. He shoots the net that just gets tighter and tighter.
Oh,
and
that one's
tighter.
good.
He kills the
Good
dude.
example.
He, like sticks
Yes.
him to the wall and
There
starts
you
tearing
go.
through the
Thank
guy.
you, Tito.
That's
See,
a
this
good
is-
net weapon.
That is a great.
I think he reuses that too in Alien versus Predator
Oh yeah, he does.
because he does it to the
Yeah,
alien and
shoots
he
to the
cuts
alien,
through
yeah.
and you can see the acid blood.
All right, so we have one
Cool.
example.
That's a cool net.
Yeah. All right. Still, there aren't many. Anyway, if you can think of any more, though, any more nets that are cool, folks at home,
Brian,
write
where
it,
can they
tell
find
us?
us?
Go to deadliestcatch.com.
Comment. Let us know. We'll give you the address at the end of the show. You know where to go by now, though. But give us some examples of cool nets. This is your homework assignment, folks at home. Okay, so
You can
back
use
to
Aquanet as a weapon.
Yeah, you could.
Especially with a lighter.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm still trying to think, and there's none.
No.
Okay, let's get back to Cull the Conqueror. No, let's get back to Krull.
Colwyn.
Colwyn. You say Colwyn, I say Colwyn.
Let's call the whole thing
I
off.
just said Colwyn so I could use the Colwyn Robinson joke, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't care if it's the right one or not. I'm willing to sound stupid from my writing. Thank you.
He goes on a voyage with his friends Laszlo and
Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Put that porn down. Your young cock is not ready for that.
All right, so we got the band, we got the quest, the band's together. they come across the old guy, and I'm just going to jump to what I remember from this movie as the kid, where the old guy gets possessed.
Yeah.
And has the solid black eyes.
Yeah, and you were
the
saying that you
long
remembered
thing.
as a kid that this
I remember.
scene really
I
freaked
remember.
you out.
I don't remember where I was. I think it was at my parents' friend's house, and their kids were watching it. I just remember being in that living room and just seeing that scene. It's one of those situations, and it freaked me out.
Yeah.
Because that thing is terrifying.
Yeah.
That's one of the and those are that's also one of the coolest things in that movie are those fingernails and being possessed by those things. And I love that scene. It's still cool to watch. It's one of those things where, I understand why I was creeped out by that, you know?
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where, why was I scared of that when I was a kid? What a wuss I was. You know? Wasn't like
It's just an old guy with cataracts.
Yeah. But it was still creepy to watch. The same way Punky's friends disappear in the cave.
Yes.
Punker.
In Punky Brewster.
Punky Brewster.
Yeah, you remember that,
I
right?
do. I remember that episode.
I was talking about
was
this
creepy.
with Jay at Rubber Chicken today. He hadn't seen it. I'm like, dude, there's this nightmarish Punky Brewster episode.
Yeah.
It's a two-parter. They go camping.
Brandon becomes a skeleton dog.
All the kids disappear.
What?
At
Yeah.
any time, one after. Look it up on the
It's
YouTube.
like a two-parter.
Yeah.
It's very
It is very
when they're
it.
kids, like
But
the kid
it's
version.
frightening.
They fight a spider at the end.
It scared the shit out of me when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I watched it again not too long ago, and I was still scared.
Wow.
She plays herself in like
An Indian
an
princess.
Indian princess
Yeah.
version of herself.
What?
Who's helping her on the journey?
Was she on like a peyote trip or something?
Yeah.
Well,
She got
at
into Henry's
at that
stash.
time,
She's freaking out.
Brandon's her spirited animal.
Punky.
I'm freaking out,
My
man.
spirit animal's a golden retriever.
Touched my shit, Punky.
You are freaking out, man.
Yes. The shit.
Punky. Yes, Punky. The shit.
It's like the dog in a. You ever see your Road Trip when the old
Yeah.
guy gets really, really high and the
Yes.
dog's like,
I still have
make
not
me some
seen that.
fucking
I haven't seen
pancakes, bitch. It's like the dog is talking to him. It's funny.
Well, anyway, it was a frightening scene.
That happens,
And the fingernail stuff is still pretty creepy to watch.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite scene in the movie still. One of them, anyway. That's a great moment.
And they
in there.
kill him.
And they kill him.
Yeah.
They got to kill him.
Yeah, he doesn't last very long in that
No.
moment. Once he reveals himself, it's pretty much over for him.
Yeah.
He was totally fine just sitting there staring at nothing, hanging with a 10-year-old and doing his thing. And then these assholes come along and ruin his life.
Patience is a virtue. If this guy had just been a little bit more patient,
That's true.
he probably could have.
He did. I mean, he tries a couple times and then he gets like, no, I'll take the old blind guy. And
Yeah.
then he's like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck. I'm going to have to wait to stab this guy in the neck.
Yep.
That's got a cool like little scene though. You know, it's got that. You know, they find the Cyclops finds the actual seer.
Yeah.
Float to the top in the swamp, and he's like, "Oh shit, man,
Yeah.
I'm blind. How am I gonna get through
If
this?"
That's this
swamp?"
guy. Then who's this guy?
Something wrong here.
He's got it rough because he's throwing his spear weapon all over the place, and then he's got to chase after it and get it back.
Yeah.
You know, like, he doesn't fight with it; he just throws it. And he's like, I got to get my thing
All
back.
right, yeah, you guys go ahead. This is going to take
Yeah.
a while. I'm a really big dude. I got big arms. That thing goes for miles. Yeah. That's probably why he doesn't do much until it really counts. He's like, I'm not chasing that.
I mean, he knows exactly how it's supposed to play out.
Yeah.
That's true.
At least his version,
Right.
Whatever's supposed to play out.
He's like, I can do whatever I want. I'm not dying here.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
Taking all the risks. I
Yeah.
regret nothing.
So then we've got some interludes with the princess caught in the beast.
Yeah, we
Which
keep
sounds
cutting back
terrible.
and forth
Yeah.
from like the
Meanwhile-
adventuring part. Yeah. and meanwhile, back
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that room is weird because
It
it's
was-
outside, but everything's technically inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the mountain's just shaped like a big stone arrowhead.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like the eye that she was
Everything
in.
looks
Yeah,
like
but
an
it's like it looks
eye,
like she's
it's,
outdoors,
yeah.
but she's
Yeah.
not indoors. She's
Yeah.
she's inside of a thing in some weird room,
Trapped.
on top of the something.
Yep.
There's stairs. Are there stairs? I don't know. They fall down levels. How do
I
they
just
get places?
I just remember ear canals and eyes. I remember once she's running through a tunnel. I'm like, is that the thing's ear canal? Like it can't.
But it's
be.
got fingers that curl up around.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very cool.
That was cool.
It's
Yeah.
a cool. It's a cool place. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
You know. Again,
It's only a
one of the-
model.
It's only a model. One of the more
Silly
abstract-
place.
Yeah.
One of
Let's
the
not
more
go to Krull.
abstract
It's a
things in
silly
the movie,
place.
You know. Yeah, so they're cutting the scenes of that, but that's really what you're getting. The Beast is telling her, it's basically, let me go. No. And then that's really what that is. It's a little wordy in other areas, but it's the same thing. Please let me go. Not on your life. And then we go back to our main characters. And now we got Freddie Jones, who's got to break away to go see an old girlfriend of his who happens to
flame.
be who happens to be a Spider Woman in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, or rather, she lives in webs.
The widow of the web.
She lives in a giant net.
Because he left to go get cigarettes like 40 years ago and never came back.
Cigarettes and scratch tickets. I guess he won because he never came back.
Kind of wish there was more than one spider. It was really cool to see, but
Yeah.
that amount of webbing, I was like, is there only one, or are there like a
Well, that
few?
spider is fucking enormous.
Yeah, but I could have used.
Yeah,
a
but you know what?
bunch. Yeah.
A big spider doesn't frighten me. But yeah, if there were
I bet
like a
it would-
ton of spiders,
If you were
Yeah.
in there,
like
Well, if you were in there, you'd be fine.
in
Sure, yeah.
Chamber of Secrets, I think it is.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah,
They're in
yeah.
that cave, and like there's a
Yeah.
big spider, the main spider, but like
Yeah.
All the other
all of a
ones.
sudden
Then
they're
it
just,
sticks his babies on.
yeah, it's like that creeps me out.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a giant tarantula, no. But those spiders and arachnophobia every friggin'
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
every
yeah.
friggin' time.
Or the second season of Mandalorian when they're in that ice cave with
Yeah.
all those
Yeah.
white ghostly looking spiders chasing after them.
But I mean, even those things, it's more terrifying by numbers, but you can still see them coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
It would have been
And
kinda
bigger, I
cool.
feel like you could do something like the
Punch it in
Cyclops
the
could
nose.
use his spear. Whereas there's a bunch of little ones. It's like, oh, shoot. They're moving too fast.
yeah.
Yeah, but Cyclops ain't going. He's going to break those webs. How's he going to hang from any of those?
He's
Webs
not
are-
allowed in there. I
Yeah,
don't think.
that's right. And it's
I
not
don't
his
think
time
any of those
anyways.
two
Like, oh, you're on your own, dude.
Apparently, there's a cutscene where Colwyn actually saves him.
Oh yeah.
He makes it, and then they were like, "Nah, forget it, kill him off."
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saves him from the spider at the very last minute, and then I guess he dies somehow. But they cut that scene.
Indigestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he makes it. They drag him to the woods, and he dies there.
It's got a really big can of spray.
Thanks for rescuing me.
Throws the dirt. Yeah. Throws it there. Yeah, that's why maybe they were like, maybe we don't need this.
No, this
We'll
is silly.
just imply his death in the web.
Or that was supposed to be the first time he uses the glaive is to kill the spider,
See,
but
now
then
that
they
would
want
have
to
been kind of
they want to drag it out.
Yeah.
That's the thing that would have been cool to
That
see him
would've
like
Yeah.
slicing through web and
Yeah.
like, the fucking-
Trying to get to
Good.
that. If you-
He's got to practice with it sometime. He's got to, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's just like dark.
It's because his dad was dead. He didn't give him the advice. You gotta practice with it sometimes, kid. You got married. You don't want to show
gotta
up on
take a
your
test
wedding
run.
night. Yeah, you don't want to show up for the princess.
Yeah, kick the tires a bit.
Not know how to use your glaive.
show the glaive to the print. It's the fucking key to the chastity belt and Men in Tights. It's that
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It is the key to the
It's the wrong
greatest
key.
treasure.
It's the wrong key. That thing will open anything. The
Call
glaive.
the lock. Yeah, it would open that.
What were we gonna say?
For
Call the
sure.
locksmith.
Call the locksmith. Call the locksmith.
That's a fun, stupid scene though when he's trying to cut the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think in real time that took like 6 hours?
I know.
Cut through that.
He's looking at his watch, which they don't have yet, and it's like, "Wait, how long is this going on for?
Is it breaking skin? Because it looks like skin. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like, yeah, that looks like it's taking forever. Glaive.
Well, maybe he just doesn't know how to use it to make it go faster. You know? Maybe
saying,
the
yeah,
more
practice.
training,
No practice.
you could slice through that.
And it's like a circular saw.
shit
So
through a
I
goose.
feel like he needs an
like a buzzsaw.
adapter for it.
Really,
Like,
he should be
hold it on a
spraying water
stick and it
while
just-
he's.
Yeah.
He should be spraying water so
Just that
the blades
chainsaw
don't get dull.
would have saved him a lot of time over the glaive. And,
Glaive.
you know. I've got the glaive. Somebody
the
comes,
glaive.
I got a chainsaw.
I got a rock.
I got a rock. Yeah,
Like darkness is a much more enticing, because the beast is trying to woo her
Yeah.
in some capacity, but
he
at
don't
the
have
end
a
it's just like,
six-pack
stop showing that
darkness.
disgusting face
Yeah.
of yours.
Instead, he's being like,
Yeah.
you're inside me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And later on,
How's it going in there, huh?
The tables will be
You
turned.
like that, huh? Does this get you hot?
This will be the kids' room.
I had a burrito. This would be the kids'
This is
room.
the kids' room. Don't mind the fingernails.
Kids like decline. Kids love decline.
A really nice throw.
We got a rompus room by my ribs over here. And you and I can, if we save our money, we got our own little theater room right by my left butt cheek, right over there.
Why don't you feng shui it?
Feng
It's,
shui,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place blows. There's nothing to eat. There's no chairs. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Not even a library. in
Darkness
there.
had a table. He had black wine.
He
He had
did.
black grapes, black apples.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
kinds of-
Gave her that goth dress.
Yeah.
And
This
the
guy's
man,
got nothing.
or the demon rather, he kept in shape.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
he's excellent in bed.
Very fit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
dude was very
fucking-
fit.
I'd trade her to this movie too.
You like
Mia Sarah.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
over Liza?
yeah. Especially when she went
I
dark.
like that. Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
about that. I
She
gotta,
did it for me.
Want her inside your belly? There,
Get in
my
belly.
get in there. What a fun. Sorry, I had some burritos earlier.
You got any chairs in there, I hope? She can sit down every once in a while?
Yeah, there was no
Christ.
chairs.
Some wicker
Nothing.
Yeah, I know.
rockers.
You
Yeah,
know?
not a nice place to be.
This guy was like a giant dork of a villain,
Yeah,
right? He's got like
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
He's like absolutely doesn't know how to deal with women.
yeah.
Want to come on my place? I don't have much.
Maybe we should have him on Three Geeky Dads.
The Beast. Yeah.
A beast.
Yeah, of course he named himself the Beast.
Yeah, he's
course.
got nothing
Yeah.
else going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
your
of course
name?
he named himself
I
the
am
Beast.
darkness.
He's
I've got
overcompensating.
this
I used to be
awesome
Noob
armor.
Master 69, but now I'm the Beast.
The Beast.
I am the beast. So how are you going to kidnap your princess? She's just going to stay right here inside me. You really think that's wise?
I actually don't know what this woman's voice. She's dubbed. They dubbed
Yes,
her voice. They
yeah.
don't like
Yeah.
her voice. I
No
wonder what she's-
kidding.
You might think she's hotter if you heard her real voice.
Yeah.
Maybe. I doubt that though.
What are you doing in the bloody beast, Derek? Where's you and your wanker friends gonna come save me?
That would be awesome. That would be great if she opened her mouth and
She sounded like one of the Monty Python guys, like when they're in drag.
I didn't vote for him.
Liz, I love you, or Liza, whatever the fuck your name is. I love you. Arrow, I love you too, Cohen.
Just Liza Doolittle.
The crow in scroll flows lightly on the ball, whatever.
Oh, I wet my diaper.
Let me out of here, beast. Where the hell are we? So yeah, so the
We're in Krull.
So we're still in Krull. We're not. She's in the Beast. We're still in this movie. So yeah, Freddie Jones is all. I'm sorry I left you, old woman. You got old and I left you, but then you got young again. And I remember how hot you are. And I'm thinking,
And now I'm back.
geez, I'm back at a convenient. Now I remember.
He's like
I'll
Stan.
stay with you.
Stan
if you
from the
just
Golden
stay
Girls. He just keeps coming back and visiting.
But yeah, so when does he die? Does he die?
No, he's got the sands. He
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got
the
this
hourglass.
breaks
Okay.
open the hourglass because no
Right.
man makes it out of there.
Okay,
alive.
and then he has to.
She gives him the info, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's no good to you because you're gonna die."
Yeah, you could have had all this. You could have had this for another 80 years.
She
Freddie.
is a stone cold fox. That when she turns young.
Well, even
Yeah.
when she's old,
Oh, my
she's
God.
an attractive
No,
100-year-old.
I mean, if I was
She a
alone
savage?
in a,
She's a sexy
in a fucking
mummy. She a
web's
savage?
egg, and like a spider egg, yeah. If it was just
Her
me and
face
her.
makeup was a hell of a lot better than the makeup on the Beastmaster witches. That's
Oh
pretty
yeah.
Oh God,
yeah,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. I think we can all agree.
The rubber eye socket.
All right, so yeah.
Yeah.
What happens next? I'm still.
Oh,
stuck.
they leave the widow of the web and they continue on their quest.
What the hell does she do for the rest of the time? That's
Is this the part
The
where
widow
they,
in the web.
yeah, like
She
what's
dies.
she doing? She
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
spider
Yeah.
goes to the thing and kills her because she doesn't
yeah.
have the hourglass anymore.
yeah
So
to
what was
control
she
the
doing
spider?
all that time before? Was she just sitting there like
Yeah.
Luring
Yeah,
men
she
into
was
the spider
depressed.
web.
nobody has anything to do?
That's
in
the
this
thing about
movie.
fantasy movies. Like
No one
things
does
like that are trapped in one location and they're there for centuries.
Mm-hmm. You're
They
a
just
fixed
sit and
point
wait.
in time.
Yes.
That
Doing
always drove me
nothing
nuts.
but that.
There were bones everywhere. She was like luring men to their deaths.
That's
'cause
gonna be
piece of
fun.
shit
like-
left
it's
her
like
alone.
the-
I'd have fun with that.
It's like the Templar Knight in Last
That's
Crusade.
right.
I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
gonna say
Right?
that.
He's just waiting there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
nothing
have
you can do.
chosen poorly.
I
You think
chose
every once
this
in a while he
job
just drinks
poorly.
out of the cups?
Yeah,
Because he's already not going to die. So he's like, oh, fuck it,
Yeah.
I'll try this gold.
Right, yeah.
You know, whatever. I'm just sitting here. Might as well.
Alas, earwax.
I figure he would have gone crazy from isolation. I don't think he would have been this guy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's ancient looking, but he's still well armored and looks like a noble crusader even in his old age. I feel like he should have looked like Howard Hughes, like fingernails out to here,
Drinking his own pee.
Yeah, it should have been Rip Torn in the Last Crusade.
it's filtered.
It's sterile and I like the taste.
What do you mean? I've been drinking.
Well,
Friggin' my own
like
urine
Tito
for
said, he was
centuries.
immortal,
Choose your
so-
cup and
I picture him just going one by one, trying them all.
Every single cup.
Yeah, until he finds the one. And so
Nope.
when people come in, he's like,
Nope.
I know which one it is, but I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah,
This
right.
one had Kool-Aid. How did Kool-Aid get in this one?
Oh, yeah.
Nope, that's my urine. That doesn't count. I don't
Yeah,
know.
imagine all the times he could hear like people going through and
Through the
like, oh
traps.
fuck, they're dead. They're dead. Oh well, getting really excited.
Someone's going to come visit me.
Oh, blade, yeah. Here's the blades. No, Jehovah's spelled with an I, you idiot.
I'm helping you out. Toss the sand.
It's like the old man at the
bridge is
nursing
right
home
in
and he's
front
down
of
the
you.
end of the hall and he hears footsteps in the hall, but it's going to another guy and he gets all depressed. Oh, nobody ever visits me.
Ask me about my great grandchildren, Indy. And furthermore, what happens to him after Indy leaves? He's like, thank you.
Yeah,
Everything's crumbling
I think he can
around.
die. I think he's grateful
yeah.
that he
So
can
he's
finally
grateful
die
he
now.
can die.
Either that or he's teleported down to where the grill is when it fell down the
Yeah.
So now I gotta go
His
get it.
mission is over. He can move on.
I feel bad for that guy because he'd never had any guests. You know how you know? Because no one ever made it to the Jehovah part. Mm-hmm. None of those stones were broken.
Yeah, none of them are broken.
Oh,
Yeah.
Unless they did, and he would have to go and
That's another part of it.
repave them.
Every day. At the end of the day, he has to go back and
Does he
put.
have to go and put all those
Reset the
blades
traps.
back?
Yeah, he's got to reset the blade.
Hide all the evidence.
He's got to put the
mop up
rope
all
back on the
blood.
thing so the blades stop.
What a
got st-
shitty job.
stacks of piles of letters. And
Running out of
closet
rope.
somewhere.
I gotta make a run to Home Depot and pick up some more rope.
Yeah, pick up some more tiles with Greek letters on it.
Yeah, we're out of J's again.
Like, can we do another letter? Just once? Does it
Yeah.
have to be Jehovah?
Yeah.
Can we do? I don't know. There's a lot of L's here. Can we do Lenny? Could the name be Lenny just for a few millennia? Come on. All right. Well, okay. So
Enough
now-
of that.
I have a new appreciation for the widow of the web now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how we got there.
That's how we got there.
That's right. I was like,
It's supposed to rain us
we've
in.
spun out of control.
I think it's a fair question, though.
No.
These people that hang around for eternity, yeah, it looks cool in fantasy films, but what the hell are they doing that whole time? I think you would.
You could make a sitcom out of it.
She's just thinking about the guy
Yeah.
who left her
that son of a
that-
bitch.
for hundreds of years.
When he
Or-
comes
And
back
then he
there-
walks in the door.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's-
nothing
Every 5
happened.
minutes is a slow dissolve, and she's standing in another part of the web. And now she's over here. Oh, and now she's over here.
Lisa
and
Loeb.
she's looking all the
There's
while
a
she's
fucking-
looking wistfully out
There's
into
a
the
Lisa
middle
Loeb
distance.
song playing on the soundtrack. You
I'm
know,
bored. I gotta stand over there now.
She's like,
So how old is that guy, right? Because she's been there for hundreds of
it's
years.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So he's old too, but
Oh, she's like in Strom Thurmond country. She's really old.
He's-
Like
yeah.
she looks like UB Blake, and she's.
but then he sees her what she used to look like
Yeah.
when they were together, which is clearly like
Beer
30 years
goggles.
younger than him.
He brought his
Very
He's
strong
30 years
beer
younger than
goggles.
him, but
Yeah.
now she's 100 years older than he
Well,
is.
unless she always looked like that, and she just transformed to make her look younger
Makes-
when
yeah.
he was younger. He could be
yeah,
like a
maybe.
normal man that ages at a normal rate, and she just looked that way when he was younger. And,
Yeah, like the red lady,
Yeah.
like the necklace or whatever.
Yeah.
she's,
Yeah,
something
staying
like that.
young
Alright.
and,
yeah, the woman in room 327.
I'll play your game.
Oh, that goes into a different direction.
That's when I stopped watching that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I can't get through that scene. Tubs, something about wet fucking people or whatever. Yeah.
You don't like tubs?
Tubs with like wet shit coming in and out of them. No thanks.
Did the man-eating bathtub from Ghostbusters 2 traumatize you? Then?
No, because it's fun. It's like playful.
All right.
Yeah, it's like a playful
It's
tub.
fun.
I'm gonna eat you, baby.
You almost ate a child. That's fine.
Yeah, it looks like fucking.
My daughter loves
Monster.
Ready Player One. In Ready Player One, there's a whole sequence
Yeah. Oh,
where they have to go to
And
the
they
Overlook
reenact it.
Hotel and they redo that scene.
Yeah.
Done in a PG-13 way, of course.
Yeah.
But
No
Right.
tits.
yeah,
Thank God.
yeah, I know.
No guy in a bear costume giving a
No.
blowjob.
No.
Well, Doctor Sleep revisits it too. I don't know if you guys have seen.
Yes,
Dr.
I did see
I still
Doctor
haven't seen
Sleep.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
revisits
that was
I
very good.
enjoyed that. It's no Krull.
No, it's not Krull.
Very few movies are.
Very
Yeah.
few movies are Krull. See what I did? I got you guys back on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
That's what you're here for.
So we're out of the webs.
After I took a hard left,
And we're
I got you
questing
guys
now.
back.
Is this where they decide that they need speed and they summon
The need for speed?
the fire mares or whatever they call them? The fire.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they only have so much time
Right.
before
Yeah.
they can get
Yeah.
To the end of the movie.
Yep.
I know.
before
Exactly.
the mountain moves again.
Shit, we wasted a lot of time.
We're at the 45-minute mark and we haven't even made it to the castle yet.
Fetch the fire horses.
She gives the old guy the longitude and the latitude. They got to get there before the sun goes down
Yep.
and
Yep.
rises again. So they need some fast fucking horses. Man.
Yep.
And they get them.
And they get them with hooves of fire. They do.
I was doing Vangelis. The
Oh.
I thought you were doing
Chariots of Fire. I was.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Da-da-da-da, horses. And of course, Tito's like, ha, Mark, more horses. Here you
Yeah.
go.
More
Get ready.
Yeah.
Mark loves
Well,
horses.
I really don't like horses. You'd be surprised how many people get upset at that. I'm not even joking.
They don't like 'em?
People have that they're mad that I don't like.
Oh, that's because
horses.
some people are fucking crazy about horses.
They really are. I mean, yeah, some horses are cool. Black Stallion was cool, and Zorro's horse Tornado was awesome.
Yep. BoJack Horseman.
Mr.
BoJack
Ed.
Horseman. Mr. Ed wasn't cool.
Hello, Will.
Mr. Ed fucked with everybody on that show. He was a jerk. He was a prick. He was the Pumbaa of.
He was the dagger from Shadow.
So anyway, they get the horses and they race to the mountain, and the Cyclops decides not to go with them.
Nope.
He says, "Nope, I'm here to die.
Yep.
I've seen it. I'm dying in this field." And they're like, "Well, that's too bad because
And they move on.
we actually made a cake for you. It's waiting for you on the
Yeah.
mountain. We're
Yeah.
gonna
And
say
then the
thank
shape changer
you."
guy gets all weepy and
Yeah.
gives him a big hug. And,
Yeah. Well, they form a bond.
They
right?
did.
There's
Yeah.
a bond between the shape
Covalent bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the first one to see the Cyclops.
Yes.
He's the first
Yeah.
one to meet him. And
Oh, that's right.
And so,
But then the Cyclops changes his mind. Like 5 minutes later, he's like, I'm lonely. I'm going to follow them.
I think he saw somebody else's vision. I think his wires got crossed with another Cyclops next town over or whatever. And
Telling you, he's a bicyclops. He's looking with 2 eyes.
He's like, oh shit, no, wait, I'm not supposed to die. And it's Harry, the Cyclops over in Argonaut land or whatever. He's dying in the field. Oh, I die at the door. Fuck, I'm late. And so that's why he's running.
yeah, his
Like, yeah.
vision of dying was for him to sit there for 500 years and slowly fucking rot away. That doesn't make any sense. Like he's like, no, this is where I die. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here for like hundreds of years and just fucking slowly not eat.
This is
anything
a board.
and
This
just-
is
But at least
even
I'm not getting stabbed.
This isn't a cool death. This is a boring death. No, thank you. So Colwyn and his band do end up at the mountain, and there's the battle, the tiger shapeshifting. There's more American Werewolf in London sounding creatures.
Every time one gets
Slayers.
killed.
Slayers, which are awesome, and the word Slayer, anything but Slayer is awesome. And we're reaching the end. The Cyclops does change his mind and comes back and does hold the door so they can get through. I don't know, the castle that Bowser is at. Bowser's
Princess is in another castle.
and gets crushed by a door, which is much better.
That would have been so awesome if it was if Toad was just there waiting, and then it wasn't. It wasn't the Beast. It was fucking Toad.
Our princess is in another castle, you bloody wanker!
That's hilarious.
Are you gonna leave me here anyway?
Rapunzel, let down your hair. Wrong tower. Is it Sauron?
But and then we get to the end, the main battle between the Beast and our hero, ladies and gentlemen, our hero. And it doesn't look as cool as it does on the cover, you know. But it's still funny to watch. It's still cool to watch. It's got a giant
Funny or fun?
I don't think
Funny,
it's supposed to be funny.
It's funny to watch.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's a comical romp. He's got this giant elephant man sort of head thing going in the back. He's got the
Like Pumpkinhead.
yeah.
He does look like
He
Pumpkinhead.
does have a pumpkin head, and the face. He's got the red eyes. The you know,
And those
he's-
really pointy teeth.
Yep. Yeah. Look. Did you find this scary? They hastily put me together. I'm a real.
Rob Bottin was working on another movie. I'm sorry, folks.
They had to get his cousin Phil Bottin. He's about as good. And of course, good wins and evil does not. And they lived happily ever after. They got back together. They're going to get married. They're going to have some little Colwins or Lysses or Lizas.
And am I remembering correctly? It ends in like Little House on the Prairie Field.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
That's the last place the mountain ended up was in the field. Yeah.
Yep. With Michael Landon and all that.
Daisies and
They become Mennonites and they have a whole different set of challenges ahead. Because I don't think the Glaven would be accepted. Into
The
the
Glaven.
Glaven.
I would have rather have seen like a Slayer version, like the Ultimate Slayer, where there's an actual fight between two guys, as opposed to like some
Yeah.
weird trippy
Fighting
monster.
the puppet head, yeah.
Because he's just throwing the glaive at him. It's
Yeah.
not like they're actually fighting. I would have rather have seen like I don't know.
He's just sitting there watching it like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do. He figured it out. I didn't think he'd figure it out.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, nobody else has. No one's figured out how to do this for years. I've been sitting here with women in me for I don't know how long. but-
Yeah.
I thought if I didn't have any furniture, they'd never find the room.
Yeah,
Because everything looks the same.
Exactly. I have nowhere to hide.
Everything looks the same. I don't even. How'd you get here?
Been here thousands of years and I never learned to hide.
Just slayers everywhere. Yeah, a cool sword
yeah, no,
fight.
a giant, yeah, a
Cool
giant
sword
battle.
fight would have been fun.
Absolutely.
I feel like it should have been like one of those video games where like it's him and he shoots like lasers or something, and he's just throwing the
like
thing.
Contra.
Yeah,
Should've been
exactly. Like he
Contra.
hits it, and then he's gonna like move 3 spots to the left, throw it again.
He's doing crazy spinning like Yoda backflips.
There's some type
out
of
of the way of
fast-paced 8-bit music playing, and
And then Freddie Jones pops up and tells him to use the Konami code. It's the only way to defeat him.
Use the code, Luke. Up, down,
Left, right,
left, right, A, B, start, select start, right?
Well, select start if you want a 2-player. Boy, Contra was a great game, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. It really was, actually.
Yeah, that would have been more fun to watch.
Right?
Like
What, a
that
Contra
first-person
movie?
view of
That
him
type of
trying
ending, you know?
him trying to kill the thing with the glaive.
Yeah.
Again, I would have liked to have seen him throw it and catch it and throw it. Although he shoots fire out of his hands too.
That's right.
Oh,
Shoots him with the love
Because
of
we're the
fire.
princess.
The love fire.
The love
Yeah,
fire.
he's got the love fire. He saved for. Whoa.
Which I think might be a song by Slayer.
I was gonna say, yeah, right. Love fire. Yeah, right. I was thinking Kiss, but yeah.
Oh, the
Slayer could-
connections.
but
So
Slayer's
many
better.
connections.
That's where they got it from. Okay. It all makes sense now.
He shoots his love fire
He shoots at.
all over the beast. So stupid.
You've been with us way too long, man. It's
Oh,
begun.
it didn't take him long.
That song writes itself.
Yeah,
It
next
really
time.
does. It's like,
You're gonna be riffing movies along with us instead of trying to watch them. and pay
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah. Instead of saying, "Will you guys shut up?" He's joining in.
You'll get there. It'll happen.
that's Krull.
It's inevitable.
That's
and that's
Krull.
Krull.
And that's Krull.
And that's
man.
basically Krull.
In a nutshell.
You said it like you were trying to convince us to like be friends with your buddy. I mean, that's just Krull.
Krull.
That's just kind of what he does. That's Krull.
Just Krull being Krull.
Classic Krull.
Oh,
He took the last
Krull.
Powerade, man.
Who else but
just
Krull?
Yeah, right. That's just Krull, man. He takes the last Powerade sometimes. You know? He just does.
He's a jerk.
He's always leaving the fridge door open.
He always calls shotguns.
He's always leaving the seat up. Liz is always yelling at him.
Never does the dishes. If he sees you coming in an elevator, toward an elevator, he's going to try to close the door before you get on. That's Krull. He's kind of a dick. He's a prick.
I always thought the beast name was Krull. I never realized
Yeah.
that it was
Yeah.
the name of the planet.
No, he's
Or I
called
thought the
Beast.
glaive was Krull when I was growing
Right.
up because I probably wasn't
Because it
paying
was
attention.
like right there in the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never want to live in a place called Krull.
No,
Like
no.
ever. It looks like a beautiful place, but like
Well,
yeah.
that desolate area didn't look that great.
In the
That's
mirror,
probably
it's
Krull.
called Lurk.
Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did.
Lurk.
Lurk. It's like Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. I see.
No,
what
that's
you
from Ninjago. Oh, did you know? You were doing something else?
I thought that was from something else.
Oh, I was thinking the Lego
I didn't make
Ninjago
it up, but I
movie.
thought that somebody else had used the Lloyd. I don't know the Ninjago.
I see no better way to end this whole thing about Krull. So
Agreed.
All right, so back to Krull. We're all in agreement that it's a good movie. Yes,
I see no way to end it. So back to Krull.
good movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, worthy. Yeah, definitely check it out.
It's fun. It's
It
fun.
is. And I'm sure there's more to talk about it. And if Dan were here, I'm sure he would have a lot to say about it. So-
Dan would make it a whole better movie.
He would. That's what he does. Yeah. This is why you like this, and this is why you should like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do talk to him, we'll let him have his 2 cents on that. But for now, this is Krull,
Mm-hmm.
and it's time to bring it to a close with what's making our geek flag wave. Who wants to go first?
I'll go
Brian.
first.
Brian,
Yeah,
what's
I'll go
making
first.
What's making that love fire wave?
The lack of ointment. My wife and I are checking out the show Reacher on Amazon Prime.
I've heard a lot about this.
It's
Reach Around?
really good. Reach around.
Is it a show about a guy just trying to reach the top shelf? A little short guy? The Reacher.
It's a tyrannosaur, and he's got those little plastic
Grabby
claws.
hand.
Now I'm invincible.
So Reacher, Jack Reacher, right?
Yes.
But it's not Tom Cruise.
It's
No.
not definitely not
Thank
Tom
God.
Cruise. I don't know the name of it. I think he's in Titan.
He
He
is a
is. He's
Titan.
Hawk.
Yeah.
Alan
Hawk.
Richson.
Okay. Yeah.
Raphael.
Yeah, he was Raphael.
Well,
Raphael.
from the
Ninja Turtles
Yeah, the
remake.
Brock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was Aquaman in Smallville. He was, I can't remember the
the
character.
guy is huge.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely
he is
huge.
Schwarzenegger level.
Oh, I think he's even bigger than Schwarzenegger.
Crazy. He's the next Schwarzenegger.
I'm looking at his face. He kind of looks like not Keith David, but you know David Keith. Seriously,
better looking than
but he
David
kind of
Keith.
looks like him.
Really?
And
Hello, am I on? Okay.
And in certain other ways, he kind of looks like a roided out Matt Damon.
I could kind of,
See, I-
see the Mac.
I think
Damon
he's
over-
more of a roided out version of the dude that plays Arrow.
Who? Amel?
Yeah.
Really?
Like
I don't see
that's
that
who he
at all.
reminds. The two of them look
Steve
interchangeable.
Amell,
Oh,
yeah.
see, I don't see
Yeah.
that at all.
Actually, I kind of see the David Keith a little bit there.
Yeah, in the nose and the
Like
eyes.
it-
Yeah,
yeah,
it's-
like, yeah.
you're-
Yeah.
When he got broken down and just like gave up on life, and stopped working out, and
But I'll tell you, the series is really good. You guys should check it out.
Cool.
We're up to, I think, episode 4, and I'm not sure how many there are, but I'm liking it so far.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess it's this one's following the book called The Killing Floor,
Okay.
which I'd never read any of the books.
Yeah. Did you see the movies with?
I did see the movies with Cruise, and I
They
liked
good?
the
I
first
haven't
one.
seen
No,
those
the
ones.
first one was decent. I don't really remember much about the second one, but apparently in the books, though, this is a big course correction because the books, he's supposed to be a huge mountain of a guy.
And that's
And
quite
that's
the
definitely
opposite of
not
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise.
It's definitely not Cruise. He's a little circus
oh,
monkey.
so this is more in line with the actual books. It's
Yes.
more in
With
line.
the,
Yeah.
with the novels.
This
Yeah.
guy's a fucking brick house.
Oh yeah,
He's a monster.
he's a giant. But it's good. I recommend it. You guys should check it out. I did read that it's also already been renewed for a second season.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So looking forward to that when that comes out. If the rest of this first season is as good as what I've already seen.
Nice.
I'm liking it.
All right. Derek?
Well, I was telling you guys earlier about the show on Apple. I'm only a couple episodes in, and I already forget what it's called. It's got David Franco.
Oh, the after party.
Yes, the after party. Thank you. Tiffany Haddish plays a detective that there's a murder at a party after an after party for a reunion, a high school reunion, and it's not a big spoiler. It happens in the first scene of the show. But Dave Franco plays this he's like a YouTuber type celebrity, and he's a total prick. and he ends up falling off.
Oh,
a
so he's
cliff.
not acting.
He's not too bad.
No?
It's his brother that's
Yeah.
the problem.
Oh, Dave Franco.
Yeah, Dave Franco's a pretty cool guy.
I actually always kind of preferred him.
He's married to Allison Brie.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, and I feel like Allison
wow.
Brie wouldn't put up with a dick.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, clearly she does, but
Phrasing.
but yeah. So like he ends up falling off this cliff, down this cliff, and he's dead, and it opens with that. And each episode, it looks like is going to be a different person at the party giving their side of the story to the detective.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, Ike Barinholtz is in it.
I like him.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's a good like dark
It
comedy.
reminds me of The Last Duel.
The
one that Tito
with
jumps
different
onto, where like
different perspectives.
it's told from
Yeah.
like three
yes,
different perspectives,
yes.
like
Exactly.
leading
Yeah,
up to
that
the
movie was
duel
good.
itself.
Yeah.
I still didn't see it.
I'm only a couple episodes in, but it's definitely worth the watch. And there's another one on there called Suspicion, and it's
Is that on Apple TV as
That's
well?
on Apple TV as well. Yeah, it's
Have you checked out that Invasion one that's on there?
I haven't.
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's good.
I'll check that out.
It's not great, but it's a good watch
Yeah.
if you've got nothing else. I liked it.
Well, I still got to watch The Expanse, Brian.
You do.
Clearly I do have other stuff
Yeah.
to watch.
I did start that.
I know you
Did you?
I
Yeah.
did start.
Is
But
it good?
then, well, I haven't
does it
had a
live up
chance
to the
to
hype?
go back to it.
Mark watched one episode and gave up, and he says I started it.
I technically I did start it.
You
I
did.
mean, it is a start.
And
but-
unfortunately, I interrupted him. I happened to come over to
did.
pick up Quinn, and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're watching The Expanse finally!" He says, "Yes." And then we started talking, and
Yeah.
He just threw it on 'cause he knew you were coming over.
The episode, like he watched 20 minutes of the actual episode before I got there,
Yeah.
and then the rest of it played out in the background,
Yeah.
and he never went.
you never
back.
went
so
back.
it's your fault.
It is my fault. But no, watch it.
Okay.
Give it another shot.
What about you, Tito?
I've been watching me and my wife finished watching. We blew through the show. Murderville. Have you guys seen this on Netflix?
No.
I know Mark
Seen
has
the
seen a
first-
couple
yep,
episodes.
Seen a couple. The first two.
It's very funny. It's a Will Arnett series. He plays a detective. It's all scripted, and he gets a different partner every episode.
Oh, really?
And each partner is an actual actor, and they're just themselves.
Huh.
So the first episode is Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien is his partner.
Yeah.
And you interview 3 witnesses, and Conan O'Brien, based on the evidence he's given and what he can deduce,
Yeah.
decides who he thinks the actual murderer is. They don't always get it right, which I really like. They don't
is
always
cool.
guess who it is.
What is this on?
It's on Netflix. There's
Oh,
about 6
all right.
episodes.
It's kind of like a game show almost.
So you can play along.
Yeah.
We played along.
Yeah.
We would guess at the end.
Oh, I want to check this out then. That sounds like something
Yeah.
I'd like.
They visit the coroner. The coroner shows you the murder weapon. They tell you how they were killed. They show you the body, different things like to draw your attention to.
Right.
While the show is happening, there's always stuff that's trying to sidetrack you.
So they're throwing all these red herrings at you.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's
yeah, totally.
Conan O'Brien.
like communism.
Right. It's Conan O'Brien, Marshawn Lynch, Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh, wow.
The Ken Jeong episode is very funny.
Is it?
So
I can take or leave that
It's
guy.
unscripted. It's not. He doesn't get a script.
Yeah.
He is laughing the entire episode.
Is he?
So they break character. Some of the actors break character. In the first episode, Conan makes one of the actors break character.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
She asks him a
You've
question.
seen this, Mark?
Yeah, I've seen. So I saw the first 2 episodes. The first one's Conan, and the second one's Marshawn Lynch.
Okay.
I didn't love the Marshawn Lynch.
I mean that one was okay, but it's good. I don't want to give too much away. Now you guys should watch it. I'm not going to say anything.
So
That's very funny.
So Will Arnett is scripted,
Yes.
and everybody else is scripted except for the guest.
right, so
Correct.
he's scripted and he's playing a character. He's
Yeah.
playing Ted Seattle.
Yeah, Terry
right?
Seattle.
Terry
Yeah,
Seattle.
Terry
right.
Seattle.
And there's the coroner's an actor. All the
chief
all
of
the,
police.
Yeah, everybody's an actor.
There's another detective.
and
yeah.
somebody like Conan is himself.
Yeah, okay.
Conan plays himself, and he is a detective. And they're like, "We got another murder." And I'm like, "All right, let's go solve this murder." They go look at the dead body.
I hope it's Jay Leno.
Oh my god! And they screw with the dead bodies too. So they're trying to make the dead body break character, which is very funny. It's 6 episodes. They're like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
It's a really fun watch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I would check it out.
Oh, I do want to check it
Yeah,
out.
definitely.
So,
Yeah, it's fun.
Sarah and I watched the first 2, and in the first one, you don't know what to expect, so we got thrown off. But by the second one, we're watching every.
Yeah, you're looking for clues.
You look for clues,
You're
and
looking,
and because the actors, the guest stars have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Their reaction time is awesome.
Cool.
It's very
It's
funny.
a great idea. I hope they do
Cool.
more. I really hope they do
Yeah, I
more.
hope there's a second season.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I got to check
it's
it
a
out.
fun show. 6 episodes, very short. The other thing, I've been reading a lot of comics. I started District X, which was a Marvel Knights series. It ran for like 2 6-issue.
Deals with the X-Men, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so
all right.
District X is the town that all the mutants live in, and there's a murder that needs to be solved, and the police.
And Will Arnett shows up.
Yeah, yeah. Terry Seattle shows up. So they call in a federal agent. It's Bishop. So Bishop and one of the beat cops team up and are trying to solve this murder. So that's happening in mutant
Bishop,
town.
the guy from the future Bishop?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah,
It's
kinda
cool.
Yeah, it had a lot of. I think it had a lot of potential. They only did the 2 runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, mystery-ish. But it's fun. That's a fun series that I read recently.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, I also started Murderville. Very funny, fun for the whole family, And the big thing is, so as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of like grindhouse films, old school Roger Corman exploitation films. I've made it my mission to try to track down as many as possible and to watch one every now and then. And I started with Joe Dante's first movie, Hollywood Boulevard.
You were telling me about
produced
that
by
one.
Roger Corman. It is excellent. I mean, I'm a big Joe Dante fan. I love like seedy, low budget films, and this one is fantastic. It's about a girl who goes to Hollywood who wants to become an actress. She ends up replacing a stunt woman who's killed on set by a supposed quote unquote accident. But is it an accident? Well, it is.
Tarantino was the director.
Yeah, no, it would have gone in a whole different direction.
Zoe Bell is.
There would have been more feet than boobs. But no, it's a lot of fun. It's Dick Miller's in it, Paul Bartel,
Of course.
all the Joe Dante regulars, and it's a lot of fun. It's just really cool to watch these kind of films that would never make it today.
Yeah.
Like they're exploitive. They're not particularly nice to the women in this movie. Like it was a
Where'd you
much
find
different
it?
time. I found it on Amazon. I rented it off.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it might have been free on Tubi now that I think about it. But I went and searched for a bunch of them and put them on my watch list. So you're going to be hearing a lot more of this. I got stuff from Pam Grier on there. The next one I'm going to watch is called
The girl.
Big Baby Mama,
Oh.
I think. Big Bad Baby Mama or something, starring Angie Dickinson, and it's a female take on Death Wish. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome, young Angie Dickinson in a Death Wish like movie. That should be interesting. So that's my big thing right now. I am on the hunt for awesome grindhouse cult films.
The girl in gold boots.
Oh, that's coming.
I know.
That's
It is on Tubi. I just
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Check it out. I mean, it's
will.
cool. It's not something to watch with the kiddos, but there's really nothing else. I'm catching up. I'm on season 3 of Titans. I'm almost done with that.
Nice.
We'll get to that eventually. Caught up with the book. I just have to see the last episode of Book of Mandalorian and Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And, I know it's an old joke by
I did
now,
watch
but
it.
I haven't
Did
had
ya?
a chance.
I did.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, pretty good. So a lot of stuff, and I have collected a bunch of comics that I have yet to read. So
Nice. Moon Knight?
I have new issue of Moon Knight.
Are they on 6 or 7?
8.
8? I'm way behind. I've only got up to 5.
I got them on.
You
I
do?
have them on.
I'll throw you
Hulu,
some
so-
money.
Nice. Can I? I'm sorry.
You can.
You said
No,
the
go
comic book
ahead.
thing?
Apologize to you.
Shout out Rubber Chicken.
No, you had
Yeah.
Shout out Jay at Rubber Chicken. Shout out
Yes.
Mark Macrina
Why? What'd I do?
because
Oh,
I
yeah.
got Swamp Thing number 37 last week with the help of Mark and those guys, and they gave me a really great price on it. And I've been dying to get a copy of this book
Now, you were telling me that this is the
for
one
a
that's
very
the
long time. First appearance of Constantine.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
In the comics, and I've been looking for it for a long time, and I should have
Cool.
bought it years ago. I never did, and great, it's in great shape. So,
Awesome.
Awesome.
It,
Shout
was
out
it
to those
graded?
dudes.
Did they grade it for you, or is
He
it
did.
just?
It was already
did.
graded.
Yeah?
He said it's about 9.2.
Ooh.
It's in great. It is.
Wow.
And that's better than
It's like
I've
minting
seen
bucks.
most places. So I was super pumped to get it. And,
It was a really good deal. I told
Nice.
I'm
him,
gonna
you
lock
know,
it
he
away
had
for
to
the
get
rest of my life and never look at it.
Tito
Yeah.
texted me. He's like, "Should I get this?" I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "I don't know what my wife will think." I'm like, "You will
You don't
get
tell
this book."
her. Mark's using the Jedi mind trick on
You don't
Tito.
need to tell your wife. I'm going to give a shout out to Jay, too, at Rubber Chicken, because last week I was there and I found out that he got a couple of An American Werewolf in London figures of the werewolf. And I was going to buy it, and I was like, I better not. I should be an adult and spend my money wisely. And Jay somehow knew I was full of shit and kept one aside for me anyway. So when I called him, I said, Jay, I changed my mind. He's like, I already know you did, you jerk. I already held one for you. So thank you for reading my mind and knowing I was going to cave, because this is a beautiful werewolf. And
That's awesome.
Awesome.
That's what the geek community is all about. Knowing each
It
other.
is.
We, look
The
out for
geeks,
each other.
They support one another
that's right.
through good and bad. Mm-hmm. If you are a geek, you are my friend, regardless of what you think of Phantom Menace.
Yeah, speaking of geeks, too, I want to give a couple of shout-outs, like you guys just did to Jay and the boys over at Rubber Chicken Comics. Another thing that we've been doing, too, is listening to a lot of other geeky podcasts. One of them I'd like to give a shout-out to is Entertainment Rants, featuring Marco Mazzola. It's really good. Another one is the Fandom Hybrid Podcast. That's another one to check out. Another one that we've been listening to. The Geeky Dad and
Two geeks and a microphone.
Two Geeks and a Microphone. Yeah, definitely give a shout out to them.
I've been listening to them.
Yeah,
They've been recapping the Book of Boba Fett for me, which
They-
is really
they
good,
have.
so I can remember all the names.
They just did a really good episode on Cobra Kai too.
Oh, did
Yes.
they?
They-
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
that
I'll
was-
check
that's
that
something
out.
else I
Check
was
that
watching
episode out.
recently.
That's a good one.
And oh god, I haven't listened to it yet. You told me about it though.
Is
Hold
it
on.
Bedazzled? Redazzled?
That's the one. Thank
Yes,
you.
that's
Yes.
one I was trying to think of as well.
Right. We did.
Yep, that's a good one. Where they take an old crappy movie and they make it better. They actually make it better.
Right. And that's on my list to listen to
Yeah,
as well.
that
It sounds
one's
really good.
Yeah, that one's called Redazzled. Yeah, so those are just some of the podcasts that we've been listening to and checking out. Other geek creators, we're trying to support them. They're supporting us. And
Yes, some of
just
them have
as-
left really good reviews.
Yeah,
and are listening,
yeah.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And I've done the same for a bunch of them as well. So, if you're not listening to us, please check out some of those awesome shows. But always come back to us when you're done.
Right.
Well, if you're not listening to us, you're not going to get this message.
That's right.
We started you on this journey.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess that wraps up this episode of
Yes, sir.
Three Geeky Dads. If you would like to check out past episodes of our show because you love this one so much and had like a wonderful time laughing at all this, our own very own Glaven Brian can point you. He's our Freddie Jones. He's going to point you into the right direction on where you need to go.
Yeah.
To listen to more.
Our Templar Knight. Guardian the podcast.
Well, thank you for listening. You have chosen wisely. And if you want to keep listening to some of our other episodes, like Mark mentioned, our past episodes can be found at www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.3gdpodcast.com, and you will be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with links to one-click subscribe to the podcast platform of your choice, like Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, and the rest. Instead of
These are gonna.
and these are gone.
I just like saying
Instead
it.
of going
I just
down
like
the
saying
list.
it.
I know. These are gone.
You just don't want me to go, D's or D. D's or D. We gotta watch Cool as Ice.
The list is just getting so long. I can't. It's
Yeah.
we have like 20 destinations officially that we go out to, and then others that
Sure.
our RSS feed goes out to. We're now on Good Pods. If you use the Good Pods app, we're on YouTube. We also have a social media presence. You can find us at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So seriously, if you can think of any more cool nets in the movie, I want to know.
There's a million ways to reach us.
Yeah. So that's it, guys.
All right, awesome. So thank you very much for joining us and for listening. Tune in. We have a couple of weeks left of Fantasy February, and you'll just have to tune in to find out what wonderful, fantastical, magical, mystical movie we're going to watch next. Until then, I am Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
Tito.
I got nothing. Have a good night.
Glade.
Clavin.
I'm just saying, if you agree to watch a bunch of Grails you should at least get a magazine or something. Like, somebody could have checked up on the guy.
I have read this article 1,200 times.
When is the doctor going to come and get me?
Oh, they have our old highlights books, Night. And I mean, you already know Goofus is going to be good, Goofus is going to fuck up. And
Gallant is going to win.
And half the word search
Pissing
has
and
been
moaning.
done.
I was going to say pissing and moaning about the crossword. I only had a pen. I didn't have an eraser.
You forgot the pen. Well, we'll see you in another millennia. See you later. Thanks. Thank you, Ted the Knight. Thank you.
Ted the Knight. Trying to do Dead Knight.
Oh God, wouldn't that be great if he was the fucking knight? Well,
We're waiting.
Come on, Donovan. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Oh, Billy. Billy.
I want the Holy Grail, and I want immortality, and you'll get nothing and
Like it.